This week's Raw review, I'm going to go with who would be my wildcard winner for the Women's Elimination Chamber. Now, the men's I'm going to discuss on SmackDown's review because basically the winner of the Women's one faces Rhea Ripley, who's on Raw, and the winner of the men's one faces Cody Rhodes, who's on SmackDown. That's literally the reason why. It also works for the timing, to be fair. So, who do I think wins the Women's Elimination Chamber, or who's my wild card for it? Who I would like to pick, kind of a bit that's a bit different to what we've seen. My pick is Roxanne Perez, and the reason for this is similar to what the reasoning was for why I thought Charlotte Flair should face Tiffany Stratton for the Women's WWE title, and it's star-making performance, basically. Obviously, with Tiffany Stratton, we know that she's good enough on the roster. It's just, is she at the level of Charlotte Flair? Roxanne Perez has only recently, I believe she has now moved to Raw. She's in the Chamber, so I'm guessing she is. I think it would also make her as a talent, as a threat talent, in a sense, for the upper card to have this match straight away. I think she's good enough. She's shown within NXT. She basically held the NXT women's division to her standard and basically carried it for a good while whilst the rest was progressing. And obviously then we had a lot of people come in, the likes of Julia and Stephanie Vaquer and now Jordan Grace. So it's been Roxanne Perez for a long time, and then the quality is better and better, and now it's such a stacked roster now that Roxanne Perez can easily just slide over to Raw. Do I think it's a similar basis for Raw? I'd say it's kind of similar. There's only one other person I think that faces Rhea Ripley for this title, and it's possibly Liv Morgan. You could make a case for Alexa Bliss, I guess. They've started vignettes for her, but I think she's going to have something to do with possibly the Wyatts. The Naomi and Bianca, I think, will have something to do with Jade Cargill's situation. And then there's obviously Bayley, who I do rate Bayley, but I just don't think she's going to get that title shot. There's just something weird about it. So the only other person I think has a chance is Roxanne Perez, just off the basis of how well she was and she was doing in NXT. It would work well in the main roster, and it would also give Rhea Ripley a new challenger, something different, and possibly a threat, in a sense. Now, I could be completely wrong. We could be going a completely different way for this. I'm fantasy booking. But this, obviously, the pick is my wildcard pick, first and foremost. And I think that it makes the most sense to have Roxanne as something different. And then she has also the braggadocious kind of case of she's beaten basically everyone there wasn't to beat in NXT. Obviously, she then lost to Julia later on, but she can say that she did beat Julia initially. And then she can kind of go on a bit of a run of possibly beating a few people here and there on the way to Rhea. Do I think they'll pull the trigger on that, though? I don't think so. I think you are looking at possibly Liv because of how well the match and the Netflix debut was perceived, and it was the rumoured match at WrestleMania months ago. And obviously Io Sky gets the title shot the Raw after. We could see a triple threat there, maybe with Liv. I wouldn't be against that. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, I think that we need someone different in the women's world title picture. Io's kind of been that to a point. I guess she's kind of getting handed the title shot because of what happened in her qualifying match, but it's still someone different other than Liv. But yeah, Roxanne Perez would be a good fit because I think she can hold her own. I think she's good enough. But what do you guys think? Who is your pick for Elimination Chamber? Who would you like to see? Who's your wild card, your dark horse in the Women's Elimination Chamber match? Let me know down in the comments below. Like this video if you haven't. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, guys. Take care.